Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at these three 2-in-1 cars from Mickey and the Roadster Racers. You have the 2-in-1 Cabin Cruiser with Donald, the 2-in-1 Hot Doggin Hot Rod with Mickey, and the 2-in-1 Turbo Tubster with Goofy. So apparently this is a show on Disney Junior. I'm not too familiar with the show, but I've seen these toys in various stores, Targets and Toys R Us when I'm there looking for other things. And I don't know, there's just something about the toys that look really cool to me. I don't know why. I kind of like classic Disney characters, and these just looked kind of neat. They're also made by Fisher-Price, who makes Imaginext, so I figured I would probably like them. And these were all half price at Toys R Us, so I kind of just decided to pick these couple ones up. I just thought they looked kind of neat. So it is the 2-in-1 Cabin Cruiser. It says, "Watch out for Donald. It's time for the big race, and there's nothing going to get in his way this time. Transform Donald's surf and turf into his smooth sailing cabin cruiser." So you can see down here it has kind of a smaller version and then a longer stretched out version. It kind of resembles a boat, which is kind of neat. And then we have the 2-in-1 Hot Dog and Hot Rod with Mickey. And some of these you can actually like pull them out in the packaging, and you can see that the engine pops out, which is kind of cool. And then you push that back in and you can close it back up. On the back here, it says, "Hot Rod Diggity Dog. It's time for the big race, and Mickey's in Roadster is ready to go. Transform his Ramblin' Rover into his fast-moving Hot Doggin' Hot Rod." And then we have the Turbo Tubster. And it says, "It's time for the big race, and Goofy is Roadster ready to go. Transform his Coupe de Goof into his mean, clean Turbo Tubster." And it really does look like a bathtub. So I just thought these were kind of goofy and funny. Haha, goofy. Kind of silly and fun. And like I said, I have really no experience with the cartoon at all. But I just thought they looked neat. So I decided to grab them. Half price, I couldn't pass it up. So let's go ahead. We'll get these guys out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look. So these are the toys here out of the packaging. We'll start in the middle with Mickey. And I have to say, pretty nice detailing on the figure. I don't know what it is about his face, and I know he's got a nice smile, but he looks angry. I think it's because just this little bit of the black of his head, normally the kind of tan part of his eyes goes up like this, but the helmet's covering it. So just this little black thing kind of makes it look like his eyes are angry. I don't know why. Just makes me laugh. But in any case, nice detail. You have a cool lightning bolt here on the side of the helmet. The figures are very basic when it comes to articulation. The heads do not move at all. The arms move as one solid piece, but they can move pretty much like from, what'd you say, 180 degrees from here all the way around to there. And then you have this waist bend, as you can see, so they can sit in the cars. Now, unfortunately, the Mickey one on mine is a little loose, so while he's supposed to be like that because he's kind of top heavy, he kind of sags forward a little bit, as you can see. So it's a bit of a bummer, but overall I think it's a pretty decent little figure. Here is the Donald figure. Now, no bones about it, Donald definitely looks angry. But he kind of always is. I like his kind of blue flames on the side of his helmet though. Very cool. He has a little tail. Now again, he's got the same articulation, no head movement. The arms move as one. They have even less of a range, unfortunately, though. They go from about there to about there. And then, of course, he has the waist bend as well. Now, they all have this one peg hole on the bottom of their feet, and that comes into play when you're attaching them into the cars. You'll see that in a moment. Here is Goofy. I think it's funny he's got his hat on top of his helmet. His hands also move together, and then, of course, the bend at the waist. So let's go ahead and get these guys in their cars. We'll start with Mickey again. I like the design of his little car. He has the number 28. He has the little Mickey Mouse symbol on his hubcaps, which I think is pretty cool. Not too much going on inside. You can see there's a wheel molded in there. Kind of a white seat molded in there. These doors don't actually open. So you just take Mickey, you bend him at the waist, and then you see the little peg hole, and there is a peg right there where the wheel is. So you just peg him in right there. And there he is, driving the car. I like the little look of this red little car. It's kind of fun. And again, you can see there's a bunch of tiny little Mickey symbols molded there into the grill, which is kind of cool. So to quote-unquote activate the, I guess, Roadster mode, you just pull this forward and the engine pops out. And then you'll want to pitch him forward a little bit so you can extend the spoiler, and that links into place. And then there you go. He's in Roadster mode. Rolls very well. Pretty cool. Nice detail on the engine. I think it's a fun little toy. I think kids will definitely have fun changing the cars back and forth. Very simple. You just kind of push the engine down, and as this slides back into place, and then you just push this down. So you can see it's very easy to change them back and forth. There's usually only about 2 steps to the transformation for each one. So very cool. We'll move on to Donald. Go ahead and put him in his car as well. You can see it already kind of looks like a boat. It has this wood grain patterning here on the front, which I think actually did a pretty good job with. Nice detail there to make it look like wood. The consistency, the texture, it's all there. The painting looks really nice. He has a number 3 on the back. He's got a little life preserver there on the back. Again, he's got the Mickey symbol put in on his seatbelt buckle. And then you just, he also has a wheel molded in, and you just go ahead and peg his feet in right there. So it kind of looks like he's got his hand on his feet, like he's driving his feet. This piece is a little loose, but it's supposed to stay like that. Basically how this works, you take this piece, you pull this back, and it forms kind of a tail fin. And then you just pull the whole front. And as you do that, the engine will pop up in the back. And then you can see there's another life preserver here and another kind of wood-grained boat deck area that extends. So he's got kind of a boat car, for lack of a better term. Rolls fairly well. I like this one. I don't know why. I just think the boat is kind of fun. And it's blue, so I'm partial to blue. I love those light blue flames on his helmet. So pretty cool. And again, very simple. Push this back in. This will automatically go back in when you push this part in, and then you just push that flap closed, and then you have the tiny little version. I like this one. This one might be my favorite. I can't decide. The next one's pretty excellent as well. So if we move on to Goofy's car, very simple. You can see something's a little off with this section here. We'll get there in a second. And you can see this piece hanging down in the back. There's even some Mickey symbols underneath, which is kind of cool. So again, very simple design to the car, but I like it. I feel like the paint, the detail is all right there. Very nice. You can see he's got a seatbelt there with a Mickey symbol on the belt buckle. So we'll go ahead and peg him in. So there you go. He's ready to go. So you pull this open, and you can see that the engine extends again. Then you're going to pull down both of these side compartments, and you can see that is a bathtub. And then this piece flips around for a faucet. So, I mean, I wish there was some way you could tuck these wheels away or something, having them just hang out to the side while he drives around. It's not a problem, but I don't love it. But overall, I think the design of this car is really fun. I love the engine in the front. I love the tub with the faucet or spigot, whatever term you want to use. There's a little knob right here. You can pretend you're turning it on so you can take a bath while he's driving around. I think that's really funny. I just kind of don't like having these on the side. I mean, you could fold them back up, but it kind of hides most of the tub, so you lose that aesthetic. And you cover up his number 8. But yeah, these are all really fun. I think they're fun, silly little toys kids would definitely love. It's fun and easy to transform the cars back and forth. The figures are nice. Definitely nice detail and paint on the figures. Not super great in the terms of articulation, but I don't feel like they really need to be. I mean, they can stand, they can sit in the cars. That's really all you need them to do. So I think for what they need to do, I think they accomplish that. And I think each of these sets is, I think at Walmart they're about $8 a piece. At Toys R Us they're $10. But Toys R Us, because of their liquidation, has everything for 50% off, so they'd be about $5 a piece. I think Mickey is the easiest to find. Everywhere I go seems to have a ton of him. These two, Donald and Goofy, are a little bit harder to find, but I think they're fun. If you have tiny kids, let's see, the box recommends, does it have an age? It just says 3+. So they don't really have any like tiny pieces that a little kid could swallow, I wouldn't say. But certainly if you have a 3-year-old, I think they'll be able to figure out the transformation and they can transform it back and forth. And I think there's definitely some fun to be had with these. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed these look at these 2-in-1 Roadsters from Mickey and the Roadster Racers. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.